Go full E85, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Right? I'm in an abandoned parking lot, filling up my car because I was gonna run out of gas before I even got to the E85. So, as soon as I'm done filling up, we'll get there and then we'll talk about it. What is going on, YouTube? I am back with another video, you guys. Alright, you can see, alright, I have the beast outside. Alright, where is it at? And a tank of gas, but we'll get to that here shortly. We're going to be discussing how to properly test your E85 fuel for your scatpack, Hellcat, whatever car you have, right? Now my car is a little bit different. I have an entire map for strictly E85. I don't have a flex fuel kit, so I can't, you know, add different gases, etc., and then even out through the milliseconds and timing, etc., etc. I didn't want that. It's not the route that I went with my motor and all of that good stuff, right? So we're gonna be discussing a little bit. I'm still learning, which is why I figured why not take you guys, you know, through the process of what I do and see if I can get some tips, you know, from everybody else watching, right? But again, we're gonna be testing E85, showing you how to go about it to make sure it's good, because if it's not good, you don't want to put it in your car, trust me. But as you can see, all right, I had to fill up. I'm about 20 minutes away from my destination over here in Troutman, which is probably the only place I'm going to trust to get E85 unless I go C85 or X85, whatever it is, which is pure E85, which is super crazy expensive. But let's get into this video, you guys. Of course, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, man. The giveaway is coming this week. I'm actually waiting on a few people to make sure they're good with the giveaway before I do it. But let's get into it. All right, you guys. A couple things you're going to need. The first two are the most important. All right, you're gonna need some water, right? So 9 times out of 10, I don't have one just sitting in the car, but as of late, I have been keeping one just because I'm running full 85 at the moment until I take it back and get some stuff done with G over at Mass Acceleration. But water bottle. Now, I don't know if cold versus warm water versus all this other stuff makes a difference. So if you now, don't make me sound stupid, but you know, fuel and everything, it's a whole nother world, right? But you need a water bottle. Okay, and then you also need a test tube. All right, your normal E85 test tube you can find on Summit Racing for like $20, right? And it looks similar to this, you guys. All right, this is the one I have, and you can even see I even tested a fuel not too long ago, right? But it does come with its own set of instructions, right? So it's pretty easy to follow. But we're going to go over not only these instructions, but how I do it, the length of time that it takes, man, and then of course the cost. So is it even worth it? Like, you know, being on E85 for the power that you gain, all that good stuff, right? But let's get out the car, man. Let's go test this fuel. Let's go. All right, the next important thing that you're going to need is a small funnel. Now you can see I ride around with tanks to come up here to fill it up. That way I'm not coming back and forth. You know, a 25-minute drive over here, you guys. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks in the back when I come to fill up on the 85, you guys. So again, water, kit, funnel, and you should be good. All right, you guys. So what you're gonna see, all right, is the add water line here. Let it focus in. You'll add water to this line here, and then what you can see is you will test the fuel by going up and adding fuel to that top line, right? That's what we're gonna start out with. First, I'll show you how to get that done. I'm not even gonna use the funnel. Alright, so you can see we have our water to our water line. Alright, you guys, the next thing we're going to do, alright, is take our E85, right, and we're going to get it into the test tube and fill up to that line. The best way to do it is click the handle once and let it just drain in. You don't want to just hold the thing. Obviously, that's not a lot. So you just click the handle and we'll go from there. get it to the test line. All right, and then we're gonna let it sit. We're gonna shake it up. Be like me and get it everywhere, right? But we're gonna shake it up, right? And then we are gonna let it sit, all right, on a flat surface. And what you're gonna see, all right, is, oh, I got dirty now. It's gonna rise up and show you what the level of ethanol, or what level of ethanol content is in the actual fuel. Now, it can range from here 51 to 83% for a flex fuel kit, right? I'm always shooting for 85 on the dot, but as of late, I've been okay with about that 83 to 84 range, because it's one of those things. If you're not buying straight C85, you know, it's one of those things that it is what it is, right? But give it about 3 to 5 minutes to let it test out. We're gonna go over these instructions right quick, and let's go. So I'm gonna read the true instructions right quick. First being, obviously, you're gonna unscrew the lid to the test tube, all right? You're gonna fill with your water to your water line, and then fill up the E85 blend that you're wishing to check, right? You'll place the tube cap, which is exactly what I did, you guys, the black cap that's sitting there. All right, you're gonna gently shake it. Now, I kind of did it a little aggressive. Don't beat me up in the comments, right? And then a clear line is gonna be visible here in about 3 to 5 minutes. That's literally all you have to do to test your E85, right? And yes, it kind of keeps you at the gas station for a while. That's cool, so definitely make sure you have a little bit of time to do all of this, man. It takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to properly fill up, check everything, get my tanks filled up, to make sure I have it when I'm just running around, and or if I go race, etc. Because the earliest, the nearest track to me is Mooresville, which is probably about a 45-minute ride for me, right? But let's get back into it. I'm gonna show you the clear line. Let's go. All right, you guys. So we have our clear line, right? And you can see, hopefully, it is right at, I'm kind of tilting it a little bit, right at our 85 mark. Hopefully it clears up, right? But that's literally all it takes to test your fuel. And it's one of those things, man, it could save an engine, so take the time, buy the $20 test kit. It's literally gonna save you a bunch of time, money, all right, because you can blow an engine, corrode an engine, all that stuff with this 85. Well, let's get it filling up the tanks, you guys. All right, let's get our 235 a gallon, you guys. Let's go. And let's get it running. I was at a 3/4 of a tank after filling up with the tanks that I had left over. But of course, we're gonna have to fill these up. Of course, you know how that goes, you guys. Yes, I'm gonna fill up all 4. Reason being is I know I'm gonna drive the car down to Columbia to meet up with Chad, to do a few more things. If you don't know who Chad is, man, Chad is a 1324 on Instagram. But let's see how much. I'm gonna say $15. Not even gonna lie. Look at that. I was close. Look at that. I know my car. All right, total cost, right? And this will last me a good while, I'll be honest. You got $63, right, for the 26 gallons. So each one of these is 5 gallons. And of course, I had about 5 gallons to fill up the rest of the car, you guys. So we're gonna put these back in. Yes, I understand it's a little bit dangerous to run that way, but I promise you I'm as careful as I can be. But let's get these back in here. All right, so just finished filling up. I changed, I'm about to go to work, etc., you guys, or do some work, my bad. But what I want you guys to know and understand, there is a little bit of difference in how E85 works for each car, right? So BMWs and JDMs, or just even like the Supras and stuff like that, you're gonna hear like E30, E70, E50, all of these different contents, right? And that's just the fuel ratio, all that good stuff, right? And that's all tuned into the car from MHD, boot mod, all of the stuff that those European cars have, right? Now, with Dodge, it's a little bit different, and I'll be quite honest, the flex fuel kits that are out there, Mass Acceleration has had a rough time with them as far as just not keeping up with the timing that they need to be, right? So, for instance, the flex fuel kit that you probably see all over everywhere changes its timing in like 0.3 milliseconds, which is like super fast, right? But a piston goes up and down way faster than that. So if it's not picking up the fuel and what kind of fuel or the content of fuel that's in there within that time frame, you can send a piston through the hood, or a rod through the floor, all types of stuff, right? You can burn out an engine over time with putting bad fuel in there or trying to do too much that way. Now, there are dual fuel pumps that you can run either or, all sorts of stuff that way that can help with that. But me personally, what I decided to do and what I chose to do was, if I'm on E85, I'm strictly E85. If I'm on 93, I'm strictly on 93. And what that does is help me save the engine a little bit. It helps keep some of the daily drivability of being able to go to some of these car meets without having to worry too much. Things of that nature. Like I said, I'm still new to it, so I'm still learning a lot about how the fuel helps the car, what it does. I'm going to be dropping a pro and con video here shortly, after I've had the car for a little bit longer than 5 days, to really see the difference. I still need to run the car, all of that good stuff, right? But the good thing is, with the tune, I can literally just switch out my maps at any point in time, as long as I am on what they consider E, which is just a gas light, and I'll be able to switch over to 93, back and forth, all this good stuff. So let me know what you think about how I test my fuel. It's pretty much only one way to do it. I haven't seen any other way so far, but let me know what you think, you guys. And if you are gonna want to run E85 in a Dodge, man, you may as well just make it a map. Don't even waste your money on the flex fuel kit, unless that's the route you want to go. I get it, it's cool. And of course, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, man, because y'all are helping the channel grow like crazy. I can't appreciate you guys enough. Trying to push out as many videos as I can for you guys, as busy as I've been. And again, the giveaway's still on the way. I'm just waiting on a few people to connect with it and get it going. But outside of that, that's a wrap.